Hello, everybody. Long time no see. My name is Phoebus, and I hope everyone is doing well. I hope people are still here and listening. I've been gone a while. It was about January 11th was when I last posted. I had been back at uni at that point, so I sent some videos up to post over the time that I was gone. So filled in the little gap. It was meant to be a little gap, but it ended up being a slightly larger gap of about 5 months. um, But if I'm being brutally honest, from the last time I spoke to now, the weather hasn't really changed much. I am still wearing jeans and jumpers. Thank you, United Kingdom, and your foreverly wild weather. But I digress. It's been a while. So, where have I been? Well, obviously, I've been at uni. I mentioned this in my previous episode, which my plan was to listen to and then post this one and maybe answer some questions I might have left for myself. Am I going to do that? No, I'll do that another day when I have more time. But for now, I'm just trying to kind of get my initial thoughts down on paper or in ones and zeros on my computer, as it's taken a while to kind of fix itself since being back. As kind of computers are a bit like cars, you kind of have to keep them, turn them on every now and then to keep them alive and to keep the battery from dying, or otherwise it takes forever to start when you haven't had it on for a while. So obviously, I had over Christmas break, I had set up some videos to post while I was at uni, and my plan was to come back over the Easter break and record some more, which would then tide over until, well, not tide over, but would last over the months before I returned home for summer. Didn't do that, mainly because my Easter break was a lot shorter than my winter break, about less than half the time I had, and I really just wanted to spend that, obviously, spending time with my family, the friends that I still have back here, and as also I had a huge project due not soon after I came back, so I kind of had to put my foot to the gas. The nanos. What's the phrase? Is it take off running? Is that the phrase? Land running? I don't know. There's a phrase. I don't. Anyways, I'm rambling. But so I didn't upload over spring break, but now I'm home for the summer. It was a bit of a palaver getting me out of my accommodation. I'm gonna be brutally honest. The car broke down before it had even left my parents' drive, which was just so fantastic. But we made it. I'm here now. I made it here in one piece. I think I left a bit of my soul in the accommodation, but hey ho. I've actually only been back home for about a week, and it feels like much longer because I was sat like, damn, I should really get back into kind of like doing content again while I'm home for the summer. I don't have a long. I've got like 2 months and a half before I have to go back to uni and possibly leave my PC behind. So I was like, damn, I really should get onto that. And it's been like a week. It's been not even that long. I got back last Saturday, and I'm recording this on the last day of June? Yes, it's the 30th of June today. So, taking my sweet time, but, it's been a lot trying to readjust from living on my own, in a small city to living with my family in the middle of nowhere. It is very different, and I'm still trying to like adjust to that, trying to remember to be considerate, because I've kind of been able to just be my own mess because I haven't had anyone living with me to have to try and impress, but I'm adjusting, I'm coping. It is definitely weird not having to think about what I'm eating. It is very weird to kind of just be told, oh, here is food, and it's like I didn't have to use a single brain cell to make this. This is weird. But we cope, and it's a nice thing to say that that is a strange thing, that someone making food for you is weird and unusual, because it's a nice thing that people do for you. Just bump the stand. It sounds like a drum cymbal. Uni life is very different to home life. I think there is kind of, I am responsible for myself, but kind of when I'm home, I'm still responsible for myself, but my parents also still feel responsible for me because I am still their child at the end of the day. So it's been trying to, I think, find that balance. I think we'll find it a bit further into the holidays of me being home, but we'll just have to see where that goes. It's all a learning curve for everybody, but we cope. I thought I was going to have more to say on kind of the present circumstances, but oh, my computer's turned off. Please don't stop recording. Hello, turn back on. There we go. Come on. There we go. I'm also kind of just like doing this freehand a little bit, because I kind of just made some rough notes because I don't like reading from my script because it doesn't feel real and it doesn't feel like me talking, it feels like someone else talking. So I've written some rough notes, but there is a chance that this will stop and it will cut in with me post edit being like, by the way, there's this, and this that I forgot to mention. So welcome to welcome back to Phoebus's dodgy editing. Um, and but yeah, nothing's really happened. Uni ended. My uni was a little bit weird. I don't know if other unis do this, but we ended like coursework like mid-May, and then they were like, "You're still timetabled in, but you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You can just stay at home, or you can go home." And I was like, "Well, dip. What am I meant to do?" So I ended up just hanging out with other people on other courses because most of my course mates ended up leaving. But like literally the second stuff ended, everyone just like disappeared, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. This is fine." But I had a great time just hanging out with other people. It was so nice. Um, but yeah, enough about me. Here's on to future me. My plans for over the summer in terms of content. Personal, honestly, not much. Going away a little bit, just throughout the country, nowhere special. Sitting in my room, rotting, trying to throw out everything I own because having to move myself back into my wee 260 by 260 centimeter cube room has been interesting because, fun fact, when you go to uni, you accumulate a lot of stuff. I think before I moved back home, I donated like 2 bin bags of clothing, like 2 60-liter bin bags, um, to charity shops because I would just accumulated so much stuff. And I was like, I don't wear any of this. I wear 2 pairs of jeans and 3 t-shirts and like maybe a skirt sometimes, and that's like it. So I'm really trying to like go through my wardrobe and get rid of some stuff. Because even though I thinned down my clothing habits, my wardrobe is now bursting at the seams. So I really need to sort that out. Um, but yeah, in terms of content, still want to keep with the gaming content, but there are some other bits of content I would like to do. So I would like to make a kind of little 3-part mini series of kind of my experience of university in terms of like each term, because obviously the winter, spring, and summer term are all very different, especially for like first year, because like that's you doing that for the first time. It's very different. And kind of grappling with the fact that I'm now a third of the way through my final years of education. That's terrifying. Awful to think about. Don't want to think about it. Will ignore it for as long as I can. Because obviously being in education is all I've ever known. It's terrifying. So that would be something I'd be interested in doing in. We've also been like before my course started, most people will find that you're sent a reading list or a film list depending on the course you do. So I would like to do like a little something fell from my ceiling. Hello, just dust. I would like to do a kind of I didn't actually watch all the films I was meant to watch for my uni course. It didn't end up mattering. Like I wrote essays on films I haven't seen. Like I think I wrote about um I have to do one essay every year for my course, and one of the films I mentioned was a film from I think the 50s called Journey to the Center of the Earth, and never watched it. I wrote about it like I just read the Wikipedia summary, and just it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Um, so yeah, I would like to do like watch all those films and then write like a little review of them as someone who doesn't really. A lot of the films we were asked to watch for the uni course was like historical romances, and I was just like, that is not my cup of tea. Because I think we've been asked specifically to watch a movie called Amadeus. I think it's from like the 70s, about the life of Mozart. And I was away for that lecture. I was like, oh, I'll watch the. I was on a school trip, and I was like, oh, I'll watch the film on the bus, and it was the most boring 3-hour film I've ever seen. I I think I've spent time better watching paint dry. I also just like historical films. I there's no pizzazz. It's already happened, but this is I like sci-fi films. I like watching stuff that could happen. Anyways, I'm rambling. Um, I will be trying getting back into like the schedule I had where I think I was uploading twice a week, maybe. I don't remember. Um, but slowly getting myself back into a schedule that I could keep up with if I think it's kind of like that I could keep up with and that I could record extra content to kind of put away for when I go back to uni because I don't know if I'm going to be able to take my PC back with me. I'd like to because I miss having a computer that can run Photoshop and not sounding like it's going to take off of my lap. Take off of my lap. Because my laptop just, laptops were not built for Photoshop. They are delicate creatures. They are meant for Excel spreadsheets and PowerPoint, and that's it. Um, But I definitely have some old content that I recorded over Christmas that I never posted, and I recorded one video over Easter break that I just never posted. So I will be also posting that just to kind of make it worth its while, you know. Um, but there are some other games I like to play. So a little while ago, probably was it 2022? It might have been. I don't know. I played the epilogue. No, is it the prologue? That I think it's prologue. Um, epilogue. The pilot of a game, the demo of a game. There we go. Called Universe for Sale. But now that has been, I think, fully released and is available for purchase. So I would like to play that. As that was the first game I played when I kind of put everything in the channel the way it is now, with the change of name, change of avatar, all that jazz. So I'd like to play that. There is also a game called Slay the Princess, which you'll have seen. I think Markiplier might have played it. But the main reason I want to play that is the narrator is voiced by Jonathan Sims, who some of you will know who he is, some of you won't. He is the he's the voice of Jonathan Sims, or John Sims, in the Magnus archives, and obviously also in the Magnus Protocol. And I mainly like to play this is because if this video sounds different, it is because when they were doing the Kickstarter campaign for the Magnus Protocol, you could buy a Podcast Pro custom Magnus Archive themed mic, and I love it so much, and I feel like it would just come full circle if I was able to play that game with the mic that he kind of helped make and design, because it's a beautiful microphone. I absolutely love it. If my voice disappeared, then it was because I was dipping my head down to look at all the beautiful little bits on it, and I love it so much. But so that's a game I like to play, like anything in my Steam library, and also I've been recommended Indigo Park by a couple of friends back home, because they were like, "Oh, you mascot horror game, yippee!" I will also be looking at continuing and finishing some older series. So, Bear and Breakfast is one I've considered maybe not finishing because that wasn't particularly popular. They were very long episodes with not a lot happening. It is very much like you put something in the background while you do your dishes. They're very long videos. My Friendly Neighborhood is one I would like to finish. I miss that game a lot. Big, just mascot horror games have a special place in my heart. So that's one I probably will finish. And then Backbone, I'm kind of 50-50 because some episodes did like really well and some didn't. And I would need to go back and watch what I've oh, the computer's gone off again, god damn it. I would need to go back and watch what I've done already because I don't remember what the choices I've made, what the plot of the game is, because it's been a really long time since I last did an episode of Backbone. I think those are the only games that I did that could have had continuation. Yeah, that's about it. Usually these talking videos I feel like are a little bit longer, but I've honestly just kind of this is just basically a basic update to say this is where I've been. I'm still alive. Don't worry, I'm not dead. Don't freak out. But I do plan on trying to obviously get back into it over the summer holidays. But also, I need to make a decision on whether or not my uni comes with me to PC. Wow. My PC comes with me to uni because I took it down. So I took my PC with me to uni, and then it just like stopped working. The Wi-Fi, I don't know if it was just like student accommodation Wi-Fi is never particularly good, but part of me wondered, was it the Wi-Fi? Part of me wondered, did the PC get a bit too jostled on like the drive down? But it worked perfectly fine when I brought it home. So I'm kind of just hoping that in my next place might be a little bit better, because I was in a really large building, and this time I'm in a very small building. So I'm really hoping that I could take my computer with me and continue to make content while I'm away. But obviously, student accommodation has notoriously thin walls. I would have to try and think of some strange noise that was the chair. Good grief, this chair is creaky. I would have to try and come up with some kind of like noise cancelling tent mock-up thing if I was to continue, because I would be very vividly aware of the fact that there is like people around me that could very easily hear me. I might have to do like a scream test when I move in, because I'm terrified of being a nuisance. So we'll see. We'll see whatever the future holds. But whatever it holds, I think it'll be good. I've got a good feeling about this summer. I would like maybe the sun to come back out because currently it's just very grey and cloudy. But we'll see. We can only hope. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing more of me over the summer holidays. Something, like and subscribe. Something. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.